And they had a very busy week, obviously in that Chris Paul trade, and then Jordan Poole is coming from Golden State in a proposed deal.
Well, first of all, they helped the Boston Celtics become the favorites in the East as far as I'm concerned by letting them acquire Porzingis. Get that out the way. But today, obviously, they sent away Chris Paul, and they got Jordan Poole. I think that Jordan Poole is going to help them immensely. This is the Michael Winger era, all right? He's running basketball operations for the Wizards. And a lot of things that he's done, he was clearly clearing space because the Wizards have done nothing, okay? So you've got to start from scratch because what you had wasn't good enough. Bradley Beal is in Phoenix. Porzingis is in Boston. But you got a player today in Poole that's going to help you. I think that there's no question about that. And Coulibaly, let's hope that he helps them as well. But in the end, this is a reclamation project. They're building from the ground up. I think he's making the right decisions thus far. We'll see where they go from here.
They also get Tyus Jones as part of that Memphis Grizzlies trade.
Arguably the best backup point guard in basketball, so he's got a backup point guard that could easily start for you if you need him to. You got a guy in Jordan Poole who didn't have a good season. We know why. We know what factored into that equation with him and Draymond Green. But now he gets a fresh start in the nation's capital with the ball in his hands, and he doesn't have to be deferential to Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. He's going to be the one to get the amount of shots. We'll see what he's made of with the new contract that he got last year that kicks in this summer. We'll see what all of that happens. But in the end, again, Washington has been on a fast track to nowhere for some time. So if you got to start from scratch, you do it the way that Michael Winger is doing it. I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, but the other storyline is Jordan Poole goes to D.C., Chris Paul goes to Golden State. Your quick thoughts on that?
I'm not happy about it. I don't think it fits. I love Chris Paul. He's a future Hall of Famer, one of the greatest point guards to have ever lived. And obviously, when you look at him and the thought of him and Steph playing together, Steph's not going to mind that they're great friends. But the reality is the fit is not ideal. Now, unless you're going to go out there and get a big and slow the pace, which we haven't seen Golden State do under the stewardship of Steve Kerr, at least in recent memory, I don't see how this works. Chris Paul is 38. Jordan Poole is 24. And I'm looking at it from that standpoint. You want to clear that away. You want to sit up there and send Poole away because you can't coexist. He can't coexist with Draymond Green. That's understandable. But to bring in a 38-year-old point guard with a history of hamstring injuries and your organization, your style of play is pushing that ball up the court. I don't know how that fits, how that works. I hope it does because I'm a huge fan of CP3. I'm a huge fan of the greatest shooter that God has ever created and Steph Curry in the greatest shooting backcourt in the history of basketball, the Splash Brothers. But I don't see how this particular deal works for the Golden State Warriors. I don't get it. Okay. I just don't. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.